Good morning. Today is Monday, January 30th, 2023. Today I'm contemplating intentions, specifically intentions in relationships. Do intentions matter? Do they matter to you? Have you ever hurt someone with your words and actions intentionally? Have you ever been on the receiving end of someone intentionally hurting you? Or did you perceive that their intent was to hurt or take advantage of or manipulate or debase or shame or blame or any of those lower frequency relationship dynamics? Were you on the receiving end, or have you been on the giving end of those kinds of dynamics? Do you have the sense that many of us consciously contemplate our intentions in relationship? Or are we all just so self-absorbed that we're like a bull in a china cabinet and we're just taking care of our emotional needs in the moment and banging around, and it doesn't matter how we affect others or what the impact of our words and actions and intentions are in the experiences of others? I think this is an important conversation. And I will say, honestly, from my perspective, I have never intended, I've never spoken words or acted in a way with the expressed intention of causing pain or hurting someone. In fact, most often my intention is the opposite. My intention is harmlessness. My intention is love. My intention is support. My intention is respect. My intention is friendship. Now, does that mean that I can tell you that I have never been party to someone else's pain or causing pain? No, I will not say that that is true. But what I will say is I didn't do anything or say anything to hurt somebody. The experiences that I've had where I felt participatory to or responsible for someone else's pain have to do with my misguided behavior at times when I felt that I needed to defend myself, or when I was hurting myself and wasn't as considerate or thoughtful of others as I would like to have been. So when you're in a crisis yourself, it can be really challenging to remember to be considerate and empathic of others. But that's the work. My sense is our behavior goes from a nice, healthy space of internal groundedness to a sense of a need to protect and defend oneself in a hostile world. I don't know if there's like levels, but grounded and emotionally healthy and stable is a level. Defense and in need of protection from a hostile environment is another level. And then it goes into something really strange to me, which is attack mode, which is when you have the intention of hurting the people in a situation or an environment, you're lashing out and blaming and shaming and maybe causing physical harm and distress, and you see. But all of this behavior as it's outpictured is representative of some internal state that we individually must address. Everyone individually is responsible for their emotional situation. And then subsequently responsible for how that gets outpictured in your experience. This is kind of a challenging topic, but in my experience, it's important because I've had to, in the last few years, discern. I have been in some situations, as I said, where I felt like I was needing to emotionally defend myself. And so I've had to discern in those situations, is this person intending to hurt me? Can I take the emotional energy that's being projected at me? Is that something I can handle right now? Do I need to defend myself in this situation? It never escalated to a point where I wanted to hurt them back. But when you're emotionally vulnerable, you can more easily be affected by someone else and their emotional energy. Do you understand this? What's the takeaway from this? What's the moral to the story? I don't know. My sense is, as I said, we're each responsible for our emotional situation in all circumstance. We're responsible for cultivating an awareness of our own emotional system and for how we receive and project emotional energy. That's number one. And that's an empowering thought. Why would you want to give that away? Why would you want to blame someone else for your emotional situation? It's empowering to realize that you are the one. So maybe that's number one. Number two, as a takeaway, as a species, we are inheriting all sorts of memory and emotional baggage, and we're passing this along. And my sense is maybe it's not only passed along biologically or genetically, it's passed along energetically. It's in the field that we live in, the energetic fields that we move through, because we're perpetuating it. So if you understand that, how do you see your role? What is your role in that energetic field? Do you find yourself very often returning non-love with non-love? So let's say someone intended to hurt you. Do you hurt them back? What does that do in the energetic field that we operate in and exist in? It's like we're just passing around the hurt. Do you let them hurt you and not be prudent and defend yourself? That doesn't seem right, does it? Can you be prudent and protect your livelihood and still love the one before you that is not in love with you? Is that a tall order? I think we can do it. Because the ones who are hurting you on purpose are the ones that need your love the most. And sometimes they won't receive it even if you try to give it to them. And that can be tough. Don't intend to hurt people. Remember to love them. That's the moral to the story today. From my perspective, intentions matter. Take care of your intentions and have the intention to love everybody and everything and every situation, even if they can't give that back to you. Let me be really clear, just because maybe this needs to be said. If you are in a situation where someone is physically hurting you or even emotionally hurting you, get help. Like, don't stay in a situation and love the person that's causing this. But at the same time, you don't have to reciprocate. You don't have to return that non-love with non-love. I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make. Yes, get away from the situation where you may be in physical danger or even emotional danger. But within your own consciousness, you can return that with a positive frequency. And this is the way collective transmutation occurs. It's when we stop, as a collective, we individually and collectively stop agreeing to the stuff that insults our spirit. Okay, I hope there's something in that for you. Please let me know, comment, and let me know your thoughts if you have any. And I'll leave it there for today and look forward to connecting with you all again tomorrow.